Hello my dear friends, I hope you're doing super duper wonderful, and I welcome you to today's video where you will learn how you can level up your PowerPoint presentation skills by adding a couple of simple but engaging animations. As you can see, a lot of things are going on this slide, and first of all we have this scrolling bar here at the top. It says Black Friday because Black Friday is coming up soon. And here at the bottom we have the same scrolling bar, but it is scrolling into the opposite direction. That's nice. And over here we have this pulsing start now button. That's beautiful. And over here we have this beautiful vibrant scribble. Let me just replay the slide so that we can see this scribble animation. Looking delicious. So as you can see, we have plenty of animations on this slide. And now let's take a look at the same slide but without any of the animations. And this slide right away looks really static. It looks like a screenshot. So just by adding a couple of simple animations, we can really bring our slides to life. So my friends, let me show you how you can create all of these beautiful animations as well. Let's go! And by the way, I've made a few more of these modern looking business slides with this neon look that you can use for your company pitch decks, reports, proposals, or any other type of business presentation that you might need to create. And all of these beautiful slides are absolutely free to all of my PowerPoint Animation Mastery course students. So once I finish recording this tutorial, I'll attach these beautiful slides to chapter 14. So just scroll down to chapter 14 and somewhere over here you'll find these beautiful pitch deck slides. And this is one of the advantages of being a PowerPoint Animation Mastery course student, because you constantly get free updates, such as PowerPoint slides and new lessons added to the course. So if you're truly serious about making your presentations outstanding, then animating in PowerPoint is a skill that you have to master. And on this course, I'll teach you how you can become a PowerPoint animation pro step by step. And by the way, if you'd like to save some money, you can currently get 20% off with coupon code PPTSkill20. That's super duper awesome. And now let's get back to PowerPoint. Okay my friends, and first of all let me show you how we can create these beautiful scrolling bars. And we have one bar here at the top and one bar here at the bottom. And now let's just take a look at how this bar is constructed. It is made out of a bunch of rounded rectangles, so we'll have to insert a bunch of little rounded rectangles, and for that we can just insert a fresh blank new slide, and we can hit enter to insert a new slide. And by the way, if you would insert a new slide, your slide might be looking completely different than mine. And the reason for that is that I have went into the slide master view, and over here I have made a custom slide layout. And to create this custom slide layout, I have used this dark texture photo. So as you can see, this is just a picture. Let's keep it the way it was. And here at the bottom right corner of the slide, here is a footer. You can make it look the way you wish. Here on the left we have the slide number, and here at the top left corner we have the company logo. And of course you can insert your own company logo if you wish. And now let's just close the slide master view and let me show you how you can customize the text in your slide footer. So let's just go into the insert tab, let's click on header and footer, and over here in this footer field you can type in anything that you wish. You can click on apply to all, and then all of the slides will have the same footer text. That's super duper awesome. Okay my friends, so let's start inserting those beautiful rounded rectangles. So let's go into shapes and let's find the rectangle tool, the rounded rectangle tool. And now let's just draw a simple rounded rectangle. And next let's jump into the format shape so that we can adjust how this rounded rectangle looks like. So for the fill, let's use a white fill color. Of course you can pick any color that you wish. And for the transparency, I'm adding 90% transparency. And now for the line, let's use a solid line. Once again, let's use white. And this time for the transparency I'm using 75%, and for the line thickness I'm going with 0.5 points. And this way my friends, we have created a beautiful semi-transparent look for our rounded rectangle. And now for the height I'm using 1 cm, and for the width 3.5 cm. That's super duper awesome. Now we can align this guy to the middle of the slide. Let's just zoom in, and now let's make sure that we're using a beautiful font. And the font that I'm using is called Darker Grotesque, font size 12. And for the font color, let's use white as well. And now let's just type in anything that we wish, for example, Black Friday. And now let's just zoom out and let's align this rounded rectangle to the left side of the slide. And now we'll have to duplicate this rounded rectangle a bunch of times. And let's see how many of these little rectangles we can fit into this slide. Let's hit Ctrl D to make the first copy. Let's place it somewhere over here. And now let's just keep on hitting Ctrl D until the last rounded rectangle sticks outside of the slide. So we can delete this guy and we can work with all of these little rectangles. So if I'm counting correctly, we have 9 rounded rectangles in total. And now let's select this most right rectangle and let's align it to the right side of the slide. Let's select the rest of these rectangles and let's distribute them horizontally so that we have equal gaps between all of them. And now let's just hit Ctrl G so that we group all of these guys into a beautiful single group. And now, my friends, let's see what would happen if we would manually scroll all of these rectangles to the left side. As you can see, we have a gap over here on the right side. And to fill this gap, we'll have to add additional rounded rectangles. And to do that, we can just duplicate the current group that we have, and let's just precisely attach it over here on the right side. We can use those smart guys to make sure that the horizontal gaps are equal. That's nice. So right now we have 2 huge groups of rounded rectangles and we have 9 rounded rectangles in each of those groups. And by the way, let's change the look of the leftmost rounded rectangle. Let's make it really bright. Later on we'll be adding a motion pathline animation to this group. And once we'll have a couple of these bright rectangles, it will be much easier to precisely set the motion pathline animation. So right now the leftmost rectangle is bright. That's beautiful. We can hit Ctrl+Shift+C to copy the style. And now let's select this rectangle, which is the leftmost rectangle in the second group, and let's hit Ctrl+Shift+V to paste the style. So now we have 2 bright rectangles. And now let's select both of these huge groups and let's just group them into one big single group. So let's select both of the groups and hit Ctrl+G. So now we have one single group with 18 rectangles and 2 bright rectangles. That's super awesome. And now, my friends, let's add a motion pathline animation to this huge group. So let's choose motion pathline animation, and as you can see, currently direction is facing downwards and we would like it to go to the left side, so let's choose direction left. And now we'll have to precisely adjust the red bubble, which is the ending position of the motion pathline animation. And if I would drag the red bubble closer to the green bubble, we would basically end up in the starting position. So let's go into the opposite side and let's make sure that the second bright rectangle precisely overlaps the first bright rectangle. So it's really useful to have a couple of those bright rectangles, and this way we can align them precisely. So let's just zoom in and let's see if we're doing a good job. Okay, so those 2 bright rectangles are nicely overlapping, and now the animation should be looking pretty good. So let's check it out. Let's see what's happening in the animation pane. As you can see, we have a single motion pathline animation that starts on a click. Let's set the animation duration to 5 seconds and let's check it out on the full screen. Let's click once to launch the animation, and now all of these rounded rectangles nicely scroll to the left side. But of course, currently this animation is not looping, so let me show you how we can make this animation loop. And to make that happen, let's jump into the motion pathline animation options, and first of all, let me remove smooth start and smooth end. We don't need that. And now on the timing tab, let's make sure that we set the repetition until the end of slide, and this way this group of rounded rectangles will be constantly looping. And just to show you how everything works, let's just change the text in this first bright rectangle to 1, and in the second one let's change it to 2. And let's just see what happens. Let's check it out on the full screen. Let's click once to launch the animation, and as you can see, the second bright rectangle is going to the left side, and over here it switches to the first bright rectangle. So basically, when the second bright rectangle reaches the left side of the slide, the animation is being reset and it is being played once again. And this way we get a seamless looping illusion. And that's why it's really important to set that red bubble of the motion pathline animation precisely so that the animation looks seamless. Okay, my friends, so right now we have created a perfectly horizontal scrolling bar. But as you can see on this slide, this scrolling bar is tilted to the side. So let me show you how you can create something like that as well. So let's get back to our slide. Let's select our beautiful huge group of rounded rectangles. Let's just zoom out a bit. Now we can use this rotation handle to rotate all of these rounded rectangles. And now a really important step is making sure that we can see only these first 9 rectangles from the first group on the slide. Because let's say we'd have something that looks like this, where we can see a couple of rectangles from the second group. This way the animation won't look correct because we won't have enough of the rectangles to cover the whole width of the slide. So let's make sure that only the first 9 rectangles from the first group are visible. This way everything is going to be easy peasy lemon squeezy. And of course, my friends, we have to adjust the ending point of the motion pathline animation. And if we would check out the motion path animation right now, it looks like that all of these rectangles are just flying away, and of course we don't want that. So once again, let's make sure that we perfectly align the second bright rectangle with the first one. And if you're having a hard time aligning those rectangles, you can turn off these smart guys, and this way you will turn off that snapping, and this way you can precisely align those rectangles. And that's beautiful. I think we're all set and we can check it out on the full screen. Let's click once, and now as you can see we have a beautiful tilted or rotated scrolling bar at the top. That's beautiful. Okay my friends, and next if we would like, we could make the scrolling bar move at a slower speed, and to do that we can just increase the animation duration, so let's just use 10 seconds. Let's check it out, looking good and elegant, that's nice. And by the way, let me quickly jump into these slide transitions, and let's just add a nice subtle fade transition to this slide. Okay, and I think we can start creating that second scrolling bar at the bottom, which is scrolling into the opposite direction. So we can just select this group of rectangles, hold down Ctrl-Shift key to drag a copy in a straight line just like that. And now, since we're going to be scrolling into the right side, I think we have to move all of these rectangles a bit to the left side, because otherwise we'll have a gap over here and we don't want that. So let's just grab all of these rectangles and let's move them like that. And once again, let's make sure that we can see only 9 rectangles on the slide. And this time these are going to be the rectangles from the second group that we have nested inside of this one huge group. So let's make sure that only 9 rectangles are visible, that's good. And next my friends, we'll have to adjust the motion pathline animation as well, because currently it's just going to the left side and we would like to go to the right side, okay? And once again we can look at those bright rectangles, they will help us align this animation precisely, and this time we can align those bright rectangles where the green bubble is over here, or we can just align these 2 semi-transparent rectangles over here, okay? That's beautiful. And now my friends, the second scrolling bar is pretty much finished. Let's just make sure that it starts with previous, so together with the first scrolling bar, and let's just check it out on the full screen. Let's click once to launch both of these scrolling bars, and skadoosh my friends, we have 2 beautiful scrolling bars. So the bottom one is scrolling to the right and the top one is scrolling to the left. And it looks like that the animation is looping seamlessly. That's beautiful. And before we continue, let's just select both of these scrolling bars and let's add a subtle fade animation to both of these guys, and let's make sure that we're using this button add animation to add multiple animations, because if we choose that list on the left side we just remove the previous animations and we don't want that to happen. And for this motion pathline animation, let's make sure it starts with previous. We just need a single click to launch all of these animations. So right now both of these scrolling bars will nicely fade in and start scrolling at the same time. That's nice. Let's check it out on the full screen. Yes, everything is working as expected. Okay my friends, and next let's insert a few more elements on the slide that we can animate. So let's select this nice looking gentleman, the slide title, the subtitle, a couple of buttons, and let's just copy all of these goodies and let's paste them into our slide. And all of these elements have animations already attached to them, so let's jump into the animation pane and let me delete all of these animations so that we can create them from scratch. So let's start with the photo. Okay, let's make sure that the photo is selected, and for this guy let's just add a flying animation. And let's make sure the animation starts with previous together with the rest of the animations, and for the animation direction I'm choosing from left. Animation duration 2 seconds, and now let's just jump into the flying animation options, and for the bounce end I'm using 1.5 seconds. This way we'll get a beautiful bounce animation at the end of the flying animation. And now we can just select the photo, double click the animation painter, and this way we can easily and quickly paste the same animation to any object on the slide that we wish, okay? So now all of these elements have the same bouncy flying animation. And now let's just select this bright button, and for this button let's add an additional animation, which is a grow shrink animation. Let's make sure it starts with previous, animation duration 0.5 second, and now in the animation settings for the growth size, let's insert for example 105%, okay. We can add smooth start if we wish and smooth end. Let's make sure auto reverse is enabled, and for the timing let's choose repetition until the end of slide. So this way this bright button should be pulsing, just like that. And actually I think we can add a bit of smooth start and smooth end to this grow shrink animation, so let's get back to the grow shrink animation options, and since the animation duration is 0.5 second we can split it in half and have 0.25 for the smooth start and 0.25 for the smooth end. So the change is really subtle, but I think this way this grow shrink pulsing animation is looking a bit softer. That's nice. And next my friends, let's create that fun scribble animation, and first of all we have to draw a scribble. So let's jump into the draw tab, let's pick any pen color that we wish, for example this bright lime neon color, choose any thickness that you wish, and I've noticed that drawing with the thickest pen gives me the smoothest lines. So let's just go with the thickest pen, and now let's just draw a scribble, and a scribble that we like. For example, something that looks like this, okay, and you can hit Ctrl Z as many times as you wish until you get something that you like. And now let's select this scribble, let's go into animations, and over here we have this replay animation. Let's click on it to apply it. Okay, and let's make sure that this replay animation happens with previous. That's beautiful. And for the animation duration, I'm using 1.5 seconds. Of course, you can use any animation duration that you wish. And now I would like the scribble animation to start directly after the Start Now button comes in. So here is the flying animation for the Start Now button, and here is the ink replay animation. And in some cases we can just set our animations to start after previous, but in this case, as you can see, it doesn't work. The ink animation is being pushed after the first motion path animation is over, and this is too far away from the Start Now flying animation. So since the flying animation for the Start Now button has a 2 seconds duration, we can just add a delay of 2 seconds for the ink animation. And this way the ink animation will play directly after the flying animation for the Start Now button is finished. Sounds complicated, but it's really easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And skadoosh, my friends, there you have it, a beautiful fully animated startup pitch deck slide for your next business presentation. And if some of the animation concepts on this tutorial sounded a bit too complex, then I definitely recommend checking out the PowerPoint Animation Mastery course, where we start with simple projects and gradually build your skills until you become a PowerPoint pro. You'll find a couple of free lessons there as well, so definitely check it out on pptskill.thinkific.com. Thank you for watching, my friends, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you on my next video. Peace.